All right, quiet on the set. Let's go.
Now homes in Delaware.
In Delaware, yo block.
Gotta stay a house far from Delaware.
Taking it to the Delaware. Gotta find my company in Delaware.
Door hit Delaware twice needed.
It's Delaware.
Got a bad bitch from Delaware and a
Bad rooms in Delaware. Knock it.
Delaware.
Yeah, what up? It's your boy 302 Yoda, and you are now watching and listening to another episode of Delaware on Grind, the podcast. Delaware on Grind, the podcast is powered by Booze and Banner Podcast. So make sure you check out Booze and Banner Podcast as well. Available on all streaming platforms with your boy 302 Yoda and the rest of the Brew crew. All right. But enough of all the talking. You know, we about to just go ahead and get into this interview with our special guest that we got here today. You know, it's you know, I can't really speak enough about this guy. You know, hard work pays off. Obviously, you know, he's a hard worker. Gets it in a lot more than a lot of other artists that I know of. So take notes, all right? So we got internationally known hip-hop artist, award-winning poet, Amillion. Who was it? Amillion? It's Amillion.
Quarantine. Time to isolate and elevate. Yeah. This that Covid1NA flow. Next move, best move. Look, I bought this beat before I bought my groceries. They were stocking up. I'm thinking how to get my stock up. I'm thinking liquidation while they mop up. They trying to catch the drip, I'm trying to cop up. Hold up, my nose stopped up. This ain't the corona.
What's up, my guy? How you feeling, bro?
I'm chilling. Maintaining. Let's just put it that way.
Maintaining, not complaining. That's what I always
man, there you go. Maintaining, not complaining, man. It's good to see you.
Likewise. Again, man, we see it again. You dig? Let's go.
Yeah. So you I don't even want to talk about it, man. It's sad. Nah. So it's like a bit of hard road for us to do this right here, right? You know, we did go through recording it one time before, and it just wasn't right, you know.
Hey man, look, next move, best move. Look, we glowing more. You in my new studio.
That's right. I see you, man.
This was meant to be.
It was meant to. That's what I was gonna say. It was meant to be. You all set up and shit, looking all nice. Got the light all nice and shit.
Glow light. Studio ain't even been up for 2 days yet, man. I'm really just adding to the home. You know what I mean? Investing in self as we want other artists to do. You know, we overproof now, so
right. Yeah, and I was gonna say now is a good time to get that home studio set up, man. You know, moving around it could be a little shaky nowadays. You heard?
Yeah.
How you been making out, man?
Like I said, maintaining, not complaining. Shoot, I actually want to take a second, man. R.I.P. KP. Broski just passed away 2 days ago. That's why we had to wait another day to do this interview again. So I just want to take a time out to say R.I.P. KP, Kyle Peterson, childhood friend, one of the first Broskies I met when I moved to Delaware at a real young age. You know what I'm saying? So big salute to him and his family. Definitely, man.
It's tough losing people close to you, man. It's horrible. Let's just get into it. You know, stuff like that. How you, because that all falls into mental health, your mental health and stuff, man. How's that? How are you handling things right now? COVID, then you losing somebody. It's like a lot going on, man.
Oh, it's a lot, man. We lose people, but we gain angels. Right. Me personally, I've lost a lot, especially even due to COVID as well. We'll talk about that later, but mental health, that's a big thing right now. But that's always been big for me. My only 9 to 5 was being a social worker.
Right.
You know what I mean? My daughter's 13 now, so I'm 10 years in the game with, being a self-ownership, running my own label, starting off as as a hold on, we lost some light.
Yeah,
hold on.
Yeah, it's all right. It's all right. Let's get that light back on.
we got cut her back on.
Yo, let me find out that was your boy.
Don't do that.
Let me find out.
Don't say that.
Yeah, man.
Hold on.
Shoot, ain't nothing wrong with that, man.
Yo, don't say that.
Spirits is good energy, man.
Easy. We really just went up.
Yo, it's all right.
Yo.
That's real shit, man. It's real.
Man, hold on. This man, look, we go. If you can see me, we good.
You good. I can see you. I can hear you, man. You good. You good. So, man, I know you just lost your light, man. So let's talk about, since we already on the subject of losses, let's talk about things that, because you were saying that you did lose a good friend of yours, but also you went through some other losses as well, just during this COVID period. Like, let's talk about that. Like,
yeah, man, let's talk about it. My Uncle Joe, rest in peace, rest in poetry to my Uncle Joe. He actually passed away during the COVID. Also, Reverend Mark Harmon, another good broski of mine, passed away. I just felt compelled to give some energy when I was losing things personally. All my projects is always real organic to me. So with this one, that Covid1NA, I wanted to give them that cure. You know what I mean? That cure to me was, how can I make and touch you without social distancing? You feel me?
Right.
And what better way than music?
Yeah,
I was able to put that whole project, put as I always do, my personal life into that, all of my emotions. That's what I do. I ain't emotions. I like to put it into my music.
Right.
And even as recent as the video, man, you gotta check out. Well, you already seen the quarantine.
Yeah, of course.
Watching this, if you haven't seen it, check it out. It's going viral for a positive reason.
Right.
But yeah, man, it's in a hospital. I reenacted the whole scene. It'll be hitting BET Jams real soon, and it's been getting some good reception. But on the front end of that, when they saw the picture of me in the hospital, you would hit me. Everybody thought I had the COVID. I said I'm okay. Pray.
You're right.
I still want to redirect that energy to the prayers towards the people, but it was for real reasons, man. Dedication to my uncle, to everybody out there still going through it.
Yeah, because it's people that
check that video out.
Yeah, definitely, yo. The video, I'm gonna tell y'all, like, if you ain't seen it, you gotta check it out. It's definitely a message. Like, I'm not even gonna say a message in just that video. It's a message throughout the whole album. It's a message. Like, you remember what movie? I don't even remember what movie it was, but the nigga Pop would be like, message. Like, I can't remember what movie it was. Though. It might have been like it's some old movie, like back in the day, like Boys in the Hood old type shit. But it was a comedy. But like, for real, like, it's a message in pretty much every song that you got on there, and it speaks to what's going on currently. And that's what I think that really sets the tone of it. Like, in this whole quarantine video, like, really sets the tone of everything that's going on. Like, when you were making the project, like, was it just that you were just going through writing based off of things that you seen, or it was something that you were just going through at the time?
Everything, man. You got to realize I lost 6 countries during the COVID. You feel me? Like, it's probably not an artist that actually travels on the road and tours as much as me within these tri-state.
Right.
So that affected me personally. I wasn't getting no stimulus. You feel me? It was affecting my touring. So me not being able to go out there and touch the people, that automatically. I was actually in the middle of getting a new house, and I couldn't even move because it was a COVID. So that was real. Before this looked good now.
Yeah.
At that time, I couldn't even go and get a crib at the time. So I was going through that. My daughter's close to me. I had to, I'm still traveling back and forth to Virginia. You know what I mean? Everything. And then you got to realize we went from 2 pandemics. We went from the COVID to injustice.
Right.
That affects me because I'm big on community too, as you hear in my music. So it was a natural progression. I just wanted to get a cure though.
Yeah, and that's why, listening to the album, you see the steps going towards the cure.
Yeah.
And so I think that's something important to speak to, because people want to know what they can expect when checking out Amillion The Poet's album. You know what I'm saying? So you can expect that path that you can follow in the progression of the album. So that's just real dope, man. And like you were saying, like you lost some tours. Like how does that affect your mental health as well, or is that just something that you got no choice just to blow it off? There's nothing you can do about it.
Bro, this is my you gotta remember, I left my 9 to 5. It's been over 10 years now.
Right,
you know what I'm saying? And that was already a risk for me because I was leaving the overseas basketball contract on the table. My daughter was born, but I'm a father. First, I wanted to be hands-on. So I knew I was going to end up doing this, but the route was God's work. Because I thought I was going to use my basketball following.
Right.
Nah, he took me to the prisons, the schools, the churches, and then around the world. So, you know, my progression into this was different than your typical artist. Right. So just me being in that position, that affected my mental health. Whenever it affects how I got to feed my daughter, you know, I come from real humble beginnings, so that's always going to affect me. So I got other people depending on me. So
yeah. So going to places like you say you were visiting the prisons and what have you, like, so do you think that changed anything that you were thinking about writing, or did that affect like the difference in your music, the community aspect of it?
Nah, because I was already used to that. You got to realize it's Amillion The Poet for a reason. My steps into the game, I didn't have a hot single or a mixtape. I had a best-selling book out before all of this. And you know what I mean? That book started speaking to prisons because I had a friend that was doing life in jail. So I ended up writing him a lot of different poems and things to give him some energy. And it went crazy in the prisons. And the next thing you know, my paperbacks just went through the roof. You know what I mean? It was just me just voicing my words. And that's how it started for me. It was the book, then the poetry. And then that's when the music came after I met my broski Victory, who also, I lost another angel. It's been 5 years now going on with him. And we put out a project. He was like, yo, Mill, your poetry ain't prototypical. Like it was me rapping to my heartbeat. That's what I told people. Right. So when I got his beats, it was literally a rap. And we started killing it. First project, MTV, BET, you know what I'm saying? Videos, it was crazy. Before they's looking at it now, we was doing that then on the first project. So when he passed, I just felt it was my due diligence to keep that legacy going, you know, and keep flowing. And now we here.
So would you say that like that's one of the things that like he's one of the reasons that you push so hard to be where you at right now?
Oh man, I got a lot of angels on me, but he definitely one of them. Look, when we get that light popping, like say what up,
Yo, you can see.
Oh yeah. I got a lot of angels on me, man. So it's salute to him. He's my hip hop angel though. So that's why I come up in a lot of my interviews, because I feel like in order to be great, you gotta first be grateful. So I always pay homage to those that, you know, either gave an opportunity or lending hand. You could have gave me $1 back in the day. I'm probably still, I got you. That's how I am.
That's good. I mean? That's good. That's good. Because a lot of people aren't like that. You know, they take and go. You know.
Nah, man. Nah.
It ain't in your blood.
That ain't in my blood. How I'm cut.
So when you got into, you get in, because the thing is, like, with you listening to your music as an artist, instead of you being about the gimmicks and about just riding to, just having a beat to ride off of, you really put effort into like bars, like and the message behind it. Like, where does that come from? Like, I know that you were writing poems, so you did the poetry part, but like, where did the poetry stem from? Is it a family member, or is it just something that you developed on your own?
It's a little bit of everything. My mom was a poet and an actress. My dad had a gift of gab and was a street connoisseur. And when you put that slick talk and street smarts and book education and way of words and all of that, you put that together, you're going to get a pretty smooth combination. And then I think when you put also DC and Delaware, a big city and a small state, I think those things added to my urban sophistication and who I spoke to, being able to talk to a lot of different walks of life. So I would say all of those things culminated. You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah.
Friends, different lingos, just different energies. It just keeps adding to who I am.
Where the go-go music at then?
Oh yeah, but
the
listen to the don't let COVID is a more of a what I call it a conceptual project around what's going on. So go ahead and check out like 1NA mixtape or check out 1NA tour. Yeah, it's some joints in there. And then you got to just come to a live show. That's when you really get to see where go-go is for me. Because go-go really is live music, but they like playing numbers. When you go to one of my big production shows, it's a full band. You know, full band. I'm going out there like Hard Knock Life type. With the suit, no, for real. You got to.
That's what I'm talking about, man.
Experience, man. Big salute to my broski, Scooby, Simeon, Gibbs, Kev. Who I'm missing? Oh man, listen, my whole band crazy. You hear me?
Yeah, I need to see this.
I know I'm missing a few.
That's all right. Shout out to all of them. They know who you meant. They can charge to see your head and not your heart. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Look, I hate naming names, man. I work with a lot of people, man.
It's hard. It gets hard sometimes. But so you were speaking about the mixtapes. Where can everybody find like your mixtapes and stuff at?
Well, the mixtapes you can find, everything is still on all streaming platforms. The mixtapes you might have to go to like mymixtapes.com. But my last 3 projects is all on all streaming platforms. You know, we had to convert that over to get into the streams. The mixtapes though was when I would take other fly beats and
right.
You know what I mean? But yeah, you can find them still on YouTube. You know, mymixtapes.com. AmillionThePoet.com, you know, we always got it there.
Right.
It always comes back to so.
Yo, so like you mentioned in like the go-go stuff and your mixtapes, you think it's important to have that versatility where you can do a project that's based on a certain situation and then be able to slide into something that just make the people move?
Oh yeah. Versatility is always key. That's probably my biggest, I would say one of my biggest strengths is my versatility. And I got that from doing a lot of traveling. We be skipping steps, but before the international, man, I hit over 40 states. So it was like I had to know how to go into that climate and know what they wanted to hear.
Right.
Going over here, okay, Atlanta, okay, they don't want me to come in with my smooth. They want me to come in hard. Okay. When I go back to Philly, okay, TLA, that's where that came about.
Okay.
Being able to read a room before they knew me. Now, you know, we get booked, but I still know the vibe they want to hear in the order in which I want to present it.
Yeah, I think that's it. I think that's important because you know how like just thinking about it, like a quote unquote backpack group of listeners don't want to listen to no trap music. You know what I'm saying? It's just that type of situation. So for you to be able to be versatile and be able to switch that up and know what the people want for the people that you're catering to basically at that time is dope. That's real dope. And that I guess that all just comes with traveling, man, and just getting yourself out there and learning that. So that's something that definitely needs to be learned.
I recommend that to all local artists, man.
Get
out of your comfort zone.
Right.
It's cool to be the dopest on your block, but if you want to know how pure your dope is, you're gonna have to test that in other markets. So get out of your comfort zone. Get out of the people that's gonna tell you they like you, even if they don't. Get away from the people that's the yes people. Get away from the ones that's just going to support. You want to appreciate them, but you want to get around that truth, man.
Right. Dude, when it comes to music in Delaware, like what do you think is the downfall for artists that's trying to build in Delaware? Because I noticed that like a lot of people, we got crazy talent in Delaware.
Crazy talent.
But it just doesn't, like, for some reason it just doesn't work, man. What is it? Do you know what it is?
I think sometimes it's focusing on the negative. Sometimes it's focusing on what don't work. Like, see, when you saying that, as much as I may know, I'm not paying attention to what's not working.
There you go.
My focus is what is working or where can I make it work else? I think sometimes you get caught up in the Roman mills and the low rankings and people's opinions,
right?
Instead of the blessing.
That's true.
Instead of perfecting your craft. You know, I think we get caught up in like defeating ourselves. It's like that crab in a barrel mentality.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah.
And it's
That's
like
true.
when you work it, you know, it's gonna speak for itself. You know what I mean? If you focus more on that.
Yeah. That's what I was gonna say. I think if you're working hard enough, you don't even notice that shit.
You don't really notice it. Like people tell me low room a word, oh, all right. Why they feel comfortable telling you?
Yeah.
Hold on.
Right. Yeah, that's true.
Where we going here?
That's true.
No, so
that
man, I try not to focus on what's not working, but I just know what we said earlier. Sometimes we, you know, stay in our comfort zone.
Yeah.
I work with a lot of like even with the youth and stuff that I work with in workshops and all that, like, and I just see a lot of people, my friend, they don't travel, period. So forget music. If your mind isn't, you know what I said last time, if you can't change the state you in, you gotta change your state of mind.
Right. Yeah.
You feel me? Like if you trapped there, then that's probably why. Some of them don't even know they not successful because they don't know what success is. Everybody got different, you know, a different vibe about what's making it. Me, like it's different, man. Like,
so what's your
closing on my mama house?
That's making it.
You know, owning your own crib, owning your own masters, like that's making it. You know, being able to put a smile on my daughter's face. You know, being able to provide for my community, have scholarships at the high school. Like these are things where I knew I was making it because I was able to bless other people.
Okay. Yeah,
that's my definition. Like I had somebody one time, I won't say no names, but he was like, yeah, man, I can't wait to support somebody from Delaware who made. I was just like, whoa, what you mean? Because this is a dude I respect. And he was like, yeah, I mean like mainstream. I mean like international and like, and they got going to Ellen show. And I said, whoa, what? So he had me. I was like, oh, I internet. At that time, I wasn't as international. So I was like, yeah, I can feel that. And he was like, yeah, you know, playing in the clubs. I was like, okay, I'm playing in the clubs. Okay, you know, all right. TV, I'm on TV. All right. He hit me with the Ellen show. I said, oh, that's making it.
That was just making it.
That means 5% of the industry ain't making it. I don't know, man. When you able to make a living doing what you love, and be able to take care of your family, man, you made it, man. You made anything. That ain't just music.
Right.
That's
anything
I agree. If you doing what you love, man, you made it.
There you go.
I know a lot of people making millions, but they not happy.
There's a lot of them out there. Just money don't. Money ain't the answer.
I mean, I was struggling, but like before, like I lost a crib. I'm on my third now. I lost a house. You understand what I'm saying? Like that made me appreciate more.
Right.
And that was at a time where my face was in the news almost every day, but I was broke. I was just I was doing stuff for small fees and just trying to, you know, pay my dues.
Yeah, so you gotta take those losses.
You gotta take them losses. When my first video was on MTV, I told you I couldn't afford my cable bill to watch it.
Right.
It's like I made it then. I was like, nah, I ain't making it, cause like,
yeah, you said I made it.
A couple dollars to make sure that got
right.
You know, but I appreciate times like that now. You know, that made me COVID proof. You feel me?
Yeah, it's crazy. People's persona on like what they think is basically what they think is going on. Like, because if I see a nigga on TV, I'm gonna automatically think, yeah, too. Like, oh yeah, this nigga's doing all right. You know what I'm saying? Because you on MTV. Like everybody's not on MTV, so it's an automatic assumption that you're doing good until I hear the story. You know what I'm saying? And then it's different. But so is it important to you to tell your story and your music?
It's important. It's the most important thing is to tell your truth. Is to tell your truth. Your truth is your story. You know, you gotta let your test be your testimony. That's the most important thing to me. You might not even remember a lyric, even though I'm into lyrics and stuff like that. But people remember the emotion that they felt when they hear my music. That's why I got a real core audience. I might not got 1 million followers, but I got 20,000 that's gonna go to bat for me. That's gonna buy. That's gonna sell out my show. That's gonna travel. That's gonna, you know what I'm saying? And I would rather have that core following and keep building it than just have, oh man, they just came here because it's hot single and now they gone as soon as I get in the news or TMZ. Like, I don't want them type.
Right. I get it. So basically the gimmicks and all that stuff ain't necessary.
It ain't for me. I mean, and that's why, honestly, that's why I got pissed when the picture and they finally saw the video and realized I was on set. It was like, oh man, you got us. That was a great trick. I was like, nah, I really was being serious. Like, I didn't know. Man, I feel like, I'm gonna be honest with you, like, I feel like I'm an ordinary man with extraordinary gifts. That's what keep me humble. That's what keep me. So sometimes I don't even be knowing my own. Like, that was real serious what I was doing in that. You gotta realize though, I didn't know how serious it was. It only took 24 hours. I had the mayor, the senator, President Biden's rep hit me up, asking me if I'm all right, asking me if I need anything. I'm like, dang, you didn't hit me up on my birthday, but shoot, I might need.
Right.
It made me think, like, why we gotta wait to check in a hospital for people to check on us? Why we gotta wait to give out flowers when we think something wrong? Like, my birthday was literally 2 weeks before that. I didn't get as many. I mean, I got a lot of love, and like I said, I like to focus on the love, but while we here talking about it, that made me also think it was some other people that needed to learn some things from that.
Right.
Me, I learned.
That's what I was saying.
I'm gonna put video shoot or someone that, you know, but I want them to also learn, like, hey, check on your boy.
Yeah, that's true.
You know what I mean?
That's true. Yeah, and like, but like I was saying is that I feel like that it was it can throw people to the left when seeing something like that, because all the things, especially with the time that we're in now, and so one thing that I was saying I wanted you to recognize is that that made people, you know, that people are aware of what's going on. You know what I mean? And not just pushing it to the side, because for them to reach out at that point, just thinking something was wrong with you, then they are aware that this COVID shit is for real.
Oh yeah, it's real, and that's what we wanted to touch, right? We wanted to touch a real emotion. You feel me? Like, we want people to pray. You should be praying before you get in that situation. You shouldn't be asking God for that. You get what I'm saying? So it's a lot of lessons that can be learned from that, you know. But I felt like Pac coming out of Picture Me Rolling. He said, I just got out of jail. Y'all supposed to be happy.
Yeah, right.
Supposed to be happy. I'm
Right. Yeah, that's true. That's definitely true. That's real talk, man.
It's all love.
And it's funny that was back in freaking 95, and it still resonates.
Like, I felt like I said, dang, that's what he meant. Oh, all right.
Yeah.
Y'all supposed to be happy, I'm afraid.
And then I think the kind of like quote unquote backlash that you got from it when you were saying that people say, oh, you got us, blah blah blah, you were playing around, is only because of the time that we're in. There's so much gimmicky shit going on.
It actually wasn't too much backlash. It was more like,
good one.
I just didn't want them to think I did it for a purpose, but not on purpose.
On purpose, right. Yeah.
So let's quote that.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Yeah, that definitely makes sense. Yeah. That makes sense. So just wrapping it up. Tell me what, if I'd never heard of Amillion the Poet at all, right? And somebody was like, yo, Amillion the Poet's the shit. You need to go listen to him. Like, what could I expect to hear when I listen to any Amillion the Poet project? Not even just your current one, just any one, period. What can I expect?
The trillest lyrics, flow, and energy I think you're gonna ever hear. I just wanted to be the trillest, man. I ain't care about the richest, the best, like, don't get it twisted. I don't think a lot of people who's matching flows and lyricism and charisma and some things that you can't buy. But for me personally, I wanted to be felt the most. Like, come to my show, man. You're gonna see somebody cry. You might see somebody faint. Like, having that type of emotion, that's what I was in this for. Like, I love the lady, I love all of that, the smooth stuff, but like, I came up off of DMX, slip and fall and can't get up. You know what I mean? Tupac, keep your head up. Like, Dear Mama, like Nas, If I Ruled the World. That's what inspired me. And I said, I want to do that.
That's the feeling you're going for.
And talk that.
Right.
Yeah. So
that's that vibe you're going for.
Man, what you hear when you hear the quarantine? Ooh.
Yeah.
Ooh. What you hear when you hear If I Ruled the World? Ooh. Come on.
You're right. You got that.
Shout out Stacey Ball. Talk to me. You don't feel like listen to it again. Now you be like, damn.
You got to tell me listen to it again. I listen to it a lot.
It's a vibe, bro. Like it's a vibe, man. And it's timeless too.
Right. Yeah, I was gonna say because the thing is that like definitely timeless. You can definitely say that. It's almost like Summertime with Will Smith, right?
Another vibe.
Because what's gonna happen?
Creating timeless vibes and energy, man.
Yeah, nobody's gonna forget about COVID, man. Ever.
Word.
Nobody's gonna forget about COVID, which will definitely always be able to listen to Quarantine because we know
it's like a time.
It's the time. Yeah,
it's always been like
it is. Man.
Everything, every experience, whether it was Road to Firefly, Key to the City, 1NA, like it was always about me catching that because I wanted to be able to offer that to the artists that may not be able to go over there. I'm gonna make you feel what it feels like. Right. You want to feel the temperature, the time, everything. You feel me?
Yeah, man. The album's crazy, man. So for anybody that hasn't heard it yet,
look, Deluxe out now. You hear me?
Yeah, they need to check that Deluxe out, man.
Go cop that up, man.
Check out the video. Yo, the vibe for the whole album is just crazy. The features is put on there, right? Like everything's like, yo, that's some real shit, man.
I appreciate you, man.
So I definitely got love for the album. So I just encourage anybody that's listening to check it out. All right, because it's definitely a message. It resonates through what we got going on right now, man. And it just shows you that everything about quarantine and COVID don't have to be negative. Like it's some good vibes out there, even though we're in hard times. So that's what I heard when I first listened to the album, was that like it's still some feel good in this whole COVID and the quarantine, you know, and that's what people need nowadays, man. So I definitely appreciate it.
Yeah, you need that soul, man. That soul.
Yeah, man. It's
yeah, definitely. Bring to the table that soul, man. That hip hop soul.
Yeah,
but I appreciate you, man, what you bring to the table, man. Big salute to Delaware on grind. Salute to all Delaware artists on their grind.
Yeah, so, man.
Feel your interviews. I already want to work with a few from Holly. I definitely want to work with Zuki. Me and her already supposed to be doing something.
Yeah.
I think she's related to my daughter on her mother's side too. I gotta check that. But
you know,
man, you the interview. I really like what you're doing, man.
Yo, man, we all family anyway, so you related to Zuki whether you know it or not. Yo, but I definitely appreciate you coming on. Before we leave, before we log off of here, before we go, just let everybody know where they can find your music at, find your poetry, anything.
Yeah, anything you want. However you want the dope package, through the words, through the music, through the books, even the workshops for the youth, summer camps. All of that, man. Follow Amillion The Poet. See, look. I see it.
Yep, there you go.
Yeah, there it go. Right there.
Right there. There you go.
Yeah. Follow that finger. See the I'm at Amillion The Poet. You know, on all social networks. Like I said, download it, stream it. You know, we're gonna have more books, more poets. We're gonna have it all coming, man. It's a full movement, and I'm just blessed to be here and continue to be a blessing, man.
Yeah, man. I appreciate it, man. Definitely. Yo, and thank you for tuning in to Delaware on Grind, the podcast. This is episode 6 with Amillion The Poet. Yo, make sure that y'all check out the episodes on YouTube and on Spotify. Make sure you subscribe, hit that like button, all that good shit. And remember that you can always copy the content, but you can never copy the character. Peace!
Let's go. We glue so much the lights went up.
Oh yeah. We don't mind. We'll be out of here.
Big boy.
time to isolate and elevate. Yeah. This that Covid1NA flow. Next move, best move. Look, I bought this beat before I bought my groceries. They were stocking up. I'm thinking how to get my stock up. I'm thinking liquidation while they mop up. They trying to catch the drip, I'm trying to cop up. Hold up, my nose stopped up. This ain't the corona, I'm a loner. But the flow sick like Vicks in the aroma. Rock on the mix like Vic on the controller. Vibe on another level, shine on another devil. Say love is blind.